This is the one with rock-hard abs,
stony faces,
marble microchips,
and the assembled cast of the Cambridge Latin course.
It's called The Fires of Pompeii.
Here we go.
We're still on our endless voyage, all through time and all through space.
With Levine and Angels now, Daleks, Cybers, Amdun, wow!
Tennant, Smith and Eccleston, Gallifrey, where it all began.
Doctor Who is cool again, that was Russell's master plan.
Who back when? Reviewing all new Who there is. Who back when?
Subscribe and rate on iTunes, please.
Rose and Donna, Amy Pond, Rory, Martha and beyond. Join us on this odyssey, what other choice could there be than Who back when? Who back when?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Who Back When, a Doctor Who podcast!
or Doc Past.
Yeah. I'm Drew Back When, your host for this episode.
Hello.
And this is episode N044, The Fires of Pompeii. To my front is...
Hi there, I am Pumpkin.
And to my right is...
Hi, I'm Jim.
Jim!
Hey, Jim.
Yes, and for too long we've been told only menfolk have the capacity for true perception. But to counter this opinion, here on my left is...
Marie!
Woo!
Welcome aboard.
Thanks.
To both of you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are, second episode of Donna Noble, and there are four of us in the room.
Can we just...
Three of us hate her.
Three of us hate her. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, can we please just do a votes? Who do we like or do we hate her?
Votes? No votes. We've had
No,
enough votes.
actually, no. Yeah, let's put this into temporal context for podcast land. This is recorded shortly after the end of the world, the Trumpocalypse 2016.
We hope you're getting this.
Yeah,
Maybe.
on pirate radio.
Yeah, around a distant star. That's about the best we can hope for now.
Okay, great.
Bite-sized chunk of
do you guys like Donna Noble?
Not even a little bit.
Fantastic. Wait, really?
Yeah.
You
really,
hate her?
Really.
Oh, me too. Yay! Oh my god.
Wait. What
Here's my friend who agrees with me.
What about Jim, though? What about Jim?
No, I hate her too.
Oh, yay! Why do you hate her?
Is because she's Catherine Tate too much?
Is she that annoying even outside of Doctor Who? I've never ever experienced Catherine Tate outside of Doctor Who.
She's just the same thing all the time.
Ugh.
She's just
In
really obnoxious, like, catchphrases and really over the top.
Everything is over the top.
And it works in a comedy, like, when she's a stand-up, but then
Really?
it doesn't really, well...
Ish.
Some people think it works.
Okay.
But yeah, you put her in a Doctor Who episode and...
Or series.
We'll see...
Just the one though, right? Just the one.
Just the one.
Just the
What
one.
about The Office, the American Office? She wasn't typical explosive Catherine
She was
Tate,
on
right?
The American Office?
Oh, a series.
What?
She's in lots of things for series.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah, exactly. Right, well, I'm very glad. See, I'm not the only one. This is fantastic.
Yeah, well, you're all wrong and you'll all come round.
We'll see about that.
Shall we- Let's jump into one.
2, 2, 3, 2, 1, and time for us to synopsize.
Blubberfy and summarize.
So take a pew
and grab a brew.
and listen to this overview, this free-for-all.
We like to call
A bite-sized chunk of Who. Bite-sized chunk of Who.
Doc and Donna arrive in Pompeii the day before Volcano Day.
A local chancer sells the TARDIS behind their backs to, of all people, Peter Capaldi, who's hosting the City Orga later that afternoon.
Seeking out their time machine, our intrepid protagonists stumble upon an alien plot involving dust monsters and stone people.
Somehow, for the first time ever, Donna manages to piss someone off. The priestesses of the Sibylline Oracle, who subsequently intend to sacrifice her.
Oh, thank goodness. Please go over. You are welcome. All right. Anyone have any talking points that they desperately want to start off with? No? Really? Wow. Jim, go for it.
Is it me, or is this one of the worst acted episodes of Doctor Who?
No.
Well,
It's me.
I think you're probably onto something there. Tennant is, he normally overacts. He is really hamming it home in this one.
Yeah.
Hamming and...
Capaldi's all teeth.
No eyebrows.
No eyebrows, you're
Yeah,
right.
where did his eyebrows go?
This is back in the day when he was an all-tooth actor.
Yeah. Well, he's got to dangle his mouth open in terror. That's sort of his job.
Wow. You had me at dangle.
And cower in a corner for 5 minutes while looking terrified and not really saying anything.
Yeah, slowly getting more ashy.
I thought he was kind of fun, though, in the beginning. No?
Yeah, he was all right,
Yeah.
but he wasn't really a patch on Phil Cornwell's local marble merchant. Capaldi was the marble merchant. He was just I sold it, didn't I? It's on my patch. Yeah.
He's very different from the Capaldi that we now know on New Who.
Yes.
So, at least he developed as an actor. What about
his
the
accent?
Versatile, yes. He can do the good and the bad.
You look like a man with something on his mind, Drew Meister.
I don't know where to begin. I mean, you're ready to slate this episode, and I really liked it.
No, I liked it as well, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this was a really nice, charming episode. It was suitably Donna-light, but every single time that she opened up her mouth, I cringed. I found her so annoying. This prophecy of yours that I'm going to change my mind has not yet come true.
I did the last scene, not the last scene, but right at the end when she's begging him to save one person and she's really distraught.
She was okay in that one.
That was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, with tears in her eyes, acting her little ginger socks off.
It was okay.
I think that's the thing, like, her character could be really interesting. She's different to a lot of the companions that the Doctor normally has. But then she's just really, really, really annoying.
And so in your face. Do you know what the turning point was for me in this episode when I realized, oh no, this is going to be another one of the annoying ones? It was when she referred to herself in the third person. They arrive in Rome and she immediately goes like, oh, I can't do the voice. You can do the voice, Drew. She goes, Donna Noble in Rome. What does that sound like? Make it as annoying as you can.
Donna Noble in Rome.
There you go. That's oh god, I'm so annoyed by you right now.
Thanks. That's a compliment.
But I think that's a real shame because I'm quite annoyed by a lot of the companions a lot of the time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Most of them, I think it's poor writing. With her, the character's quite interesting, but it's just the actress.
It's the execution.
Just annoys me so much I can't get over it. Sorry.
Does she get better? Does she evolve as a character?
Who knows? We'll get to that.
What do you mean,
Tune
who
in next week
knows?
and see.
We don't.
I don't. You do.
Marie, do you know?
I think I warmed to her definitely more the second viewing.
Yeah?
But then this was a third viewing and I hated her again, so maybe it depends what mood you're
Even
in.
viewings are the best way to see Donna Noble, apparently.
Alright, so next time's going to be great. Mm-hmm. And knock your socks off.
Did you not think this episode was quite funny, though, and that she delivered the comedy lines well?
Name one.
Example?
Like the Veni Vidi Vici stuff in Latin, except in Latin it was Celtic.
I thought that as a concept was fun, yeah. Her delivery thereof was really gross.
Really gross.
Yeah.
Veni Vidi Vici.
No, it was like, Vidaci.
And I'm pretty sure she said it perfectly one line before as well. As soon as she turns to the guy and is like,
Veni Vidi
It's like,
Veni Vidi Vici. Veni Vidi Vici. Veni Vidi Vici.
no, you're not that stupid.
Okay, that could be an interesting segue to a non-Donna topic. For the first time in quite some time, we get a reminder of how the translation matrix works, which is kind of cool. Every now and then we get these, in Classic Who, every now and then we get these sort of reminders of, oh yeah, by the way, the TARDIS looks like this because ... in case this is the first time you're tuning into the show. And this I felt was sort of one of those crash courses, because we've had it before, right, on New Who. I thought it was quite effective.
Yeah, we actually get a lot of the rules of the game enumerated in this episode. And to bring it straight back to Donna, sometimes they do it through the medium of arguments.
Okay.
They had a particular argument about fixed point in time, and they managed to, just shout at each other for a minute. But by the end of it, you were completely educated on the topic without even realising it.
That's true. Well, is this the first mention of fixed points in time? And also, what makes a fixed point in time?
I can't say if it's the first mention, Drew might know, but is this the only time they definitely try and explain that that's how the Doctor sees it?
I'm not sure. I'm
it was a bit
sure
of a
it
throwaway
comes up in
line,
conversation later on.
I don't, because that's not something that sits solidly in my head, but he definitely says, this is how I see things always, I can't not see it.
He sees what is present and what is possible and which ones are fixed. But it's very interesting to flip it on its head and say it's fixed because he fixed
absolutely.
it. Because then that does make it a fixed point because he's the only one with the power to change it and he then can't go back into his own time stream to change it.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Holy smokes. You need to come on this show more often.
Literally just thought of that.
That was a total
Paradox,
brain
Batman.
pretzel. That was awesome. So, wait, well, you've already answered both of those questions at once. I don't think, I do think this is the first time it's mentioned in New Who, but it's not the first time that we get something along the lines of the Doctor knows and sees and feels and hears everything. Because in the very first episode with Rose, with Eccleston, he says something like, I can feel all the lives on this Earth, on this planet spinning around at so and so many miles an hour, hurtling through space and so on. And
Marie,
is that not just a pickup line?
Sorry?
Is that not just a pickup line?
Well, it's as he's walking away from her, so no, it's more like a I'm not going to bone you line.
Okay.
It's the opposite. It's a put down line.
Doesn't Eccleston escape all that anyway? He was a good Doctor. He didn't go after the companions and make them fall in love with him.
But they did anyway.
Oh.
You can't help fall in love with the Doctor.
We also get a reference, sorry, it's super tangent, we also get a reference to a classic Who episode or serial that we have reviewed on Who Back When. It's a William Hartnell serial, First Doctor, called The Romans. Tennant says, I didn't cause the fires of Rome. Well, sort of. He fucking totally caused the fires of Rome in The Romans. Anyway, yeah. I mean, he sets fire to something and completely just inspires Nero to torch the place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That puts a completely different spin on, I knocked boots with the Sybil way back in the day, because now I'm picturing Hartnell just roaming the galaxy.
It's William Hartnell this dirty old man traveling through space and time. Oh, nice. Oh, I can imagine Hartnell saying stuff like totty.
Except
something in my throat now.
Nice bit of potty in my TARDIS.
You would have got it wrong and said Tufdale.
And they would have kept the take. Yeah, okay.
Well, we talked about one returning character. How about t'other? Karen Gillan.
Yes, Karen Gillan. One of our listeners brought this to light in the last episode that we reviewed, right?
Was it?
Tracy from America. Sorry, Tracy. It was. Karen Gillan appears as a soothsayer.
With a really terrible posh British, English accent.
I thought it was terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't even realise.
At least very far removed from her real accent.
Well, yeah.
And therefore quite impressive.
What is her line? What does she say?
She has a few lines.
Really?
She demands audience with the head person.
Yeah.
The head person.
Obviously delivered a bit differently with proper words.
I demand an audience with the head person.
That's
Come into town.
I was watching her trying to think what the producers saw in her that made them want to bring her back. Because I didn't think that was a very strong performance.
I don't know if this was the episode that inspired anyone of anything, to be honest. I think this was just her up-and-coming actress, just getting tiny bit parts in whatever she could grasp.
Yeah.
Doctor Who comes along and is like, oh wow, that's a franchise. Yeah, I'll take 5 seconds and 2 lines and £300 for that role.
Yeah, and then Moffat comes along and he's like, who can we put opposite Matt Smith? I know, we'll stuff the series full of Scots.
Yeah. Okay, Karen Gillan appears in this. Peter Capaldi appears in this. And if we then retrofit the future backstory of the current Doctor, in which when he actually turns into Capaldi, he goes like, why this face? He must recall this moment, this episode that we're reviewing today, right? So what's so special about what happens in this episode that then causes the Doctor to choose this particular face?
I think they do actually hint that it's an occasion where the Doctor chooses to save someone after a time when he's forgotten a little bit about what it's to be the Doctor.
Right.
So it is an important face in the life of the Doctor, because it's the family that saves him a little bit. It's like, no, I can make small little changes here and there.
Yeah, except it's not the family who saves him, it's Donna who saves him by being his conscience.
It's not going to steal that face, is it?
No. That'd be awful. Oh, imagine if that's the next Doctor. It's Cameron Tate.
We've waited 55 years for this.
Please, no. So speaking of families, I believe you have not trivia, what should we call this? You have a little bit of intel on the Roman family.
Yes, they are essentially all the names from the Cambridge Latin course, apart from Evelina, who was just made up, and you can tell because it's the name that really sticks out and it sounds wrong.
This sounds very modern.
Yeah, you've got Capaldius.
Evelina's a pop star.
Really?
Do you not think so? Evelina is a pop star. Caecilius is not a pop star.
No.
Ah, okay.
I'm pretty sure it must be one of the writer's daughters.
Oh,
that's very possible.
It's Evelina Moran.
She's the one that's doing the history course on Pompeii that every factoid has been shoved into the episode.
Yes.
How did people feel about the, like, bratty teenager kind of vibe, and it was a very modern family set in Rome?
Oh, what? You mean like, I'm too cool to dodge any Ash Quintus?
Yeah.
Like when I'm found in 2,000 years, I want them to see what a bad boy I am.
Because that really bothered me, and I don't know why.
I didn't really mind it. I thought it was quite nice, actually, to get a little bit of a teen vibe of the ending. Like, it just, this is current days, but in ancient times.
Yeah.
It worked for me. I did think that Capaldi really got over his post-traumatic stress syndrome very easily, though. It's like, oh yeah, but, by the way, babe, I'm now gonna be a millionaire thanks to the marble industry. Like, how the hell was he even able to invest in marble? Like, he came without anything to Rome, which I'm sure wasn't an easy place to, be an up-and-coming marble salesman in.
I hate to say it, but everyone was dead. He probably just looted the place.
Oh, really? He just sifted through the ash and picked up whatever he wanted.
It's
my God, that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
Oh, so Tony down the road, he doesn't need his marble, does he?
You mean Antonius, but yeah.
There was a surprising lack of brothels and incredibly huge hand-carved dongs in Pompeii, I thought.
Oh, I mean,
Pompeii is like
it's a
wall-to-wall
kids' show.
brothels.
I mean, that's archaeologically and historically
Accurate,
true.
yeah.
Yes. But I like this episode for not being just like the Rome TV series depiction of it. However accurate that might
But
be.
there was a little bit of I got vibes of Rome, the TV series, when they were in their little atrium and the teenage boy does nothing but like lounge around and play on his ancient Roman Game Boy and like everything's so opulent.
Yeah. Today I've got nothing booked in but reclining.
And the whole like, we're up and coming in the world. We're now gonna organize an afternoon with someone whom we actually kinda don't get or detest even. What was that relationship? Why did they have the city augur come around that afternoon?
Because Capaldi was making him a marble circuit board.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
plot point.
The key plot thing. Come on.
Do microchips made out of marble work? Why are they making microchips out of marble? Oh! Wait, the whole spaceship is made out of rock.
That's like alien technology.
Made out of... Yeah.
Yeah.
I take it back.
Took marble to be a sort of just a framing of what he can do, so he was just working with rock. So there must be something in it that can...
But they were also made out of stone.
They were a bit shiny in the actual circuitry bit, weren't they? Like it was conductive?
Yeah.
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 Wibbly wobbly plot works.
Okay, fair enough.
We have blood circuitry. They can have magma circuitry.
We have blood circuitry? Oh, yeah. Okay, so you know how for some reason it's now completely normal to have a vent into a lava stream in your house?
Well, it's toasty warm.
Super nice. Very comfy. So, A, how did they build that across town? And B, wouldn't it have been great when they look down there and I think we get the same animation twice where the lava monster just looks up.
Yeah.
They didn't even bother to flip it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been great if they looked down, the lava monster goes there and is like, oh shit, I'm not here. I'm just a stone. I'm nothing. Ignore me.
Shit.
Or you see him run away and hide somewhere.
By Fire Monster, did you mean Lava Centurion or Fiery Megatron?
Yes. Oh yes, Fiery Megatron,
Megatron.
definitely. That's exactly what he was. Why did they give him a Centurion's helmet? Isn't that super silly?
Well, so you'd look down and think, oh, okay, there's no
he blends
cognitive
in.
dissonance there.
He's just a Centurion living in a lava stream under our house.
I can get behind that. I can empathise.
Oh, get behind that! Reminder, there's something on your back. Woman
Yes.
from London, or girl, daughter of London.
Oh.
This comes back later on, right? This is the turn left thing. There's like a massive beetle on her back or something.
Oh!
Isn't it?
Foreshadowing!
This is it. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen of the podcast now, we're recording this in front of a live studio audience of one. Medium Boy is in the audience. Hello!
Hey.
Hello! And she just said, yes, that is the thing on the back. Right, this is the beetle. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Soothsayer got it right.
Yeah, well done, Soothsayer.
To be fair, Soothsayers do quite well in this episode.
They do.
How do they explain all the seeing of the future again?
Oh, good question.
It's because the Mount Vesuvius exploded with the force of 24 nuclear bombs, and it caused a rift in time, and so they were able to see forwards and then backwards into an alternative or something. It didn't make brilliant sense.
Wait. What? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the explanation.
Yeah.
I think the core plot of this episode was a little bit kind of, you have to just go, it's Doctor Who.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
The audience asks, would 24 nuclear bombs not destroy the entire country? Probably not the entire country, but surely, leave a fucking huge crater.
I think the audience is biased because she's Italian, so she's overly concerned about the country.
Did you like TK Maximus?
No.
No. Okay, that didn't work. No, okay, what else is in my notes?
I liked a lot of the other humour, though.
You're just desperate to defend this. And you're not even defending this episode.
Sell
You're just
Donna to
defending
us.
Donna.
Sell Donna to us.
Sell Donna.
Yeah, why should we enjoy this overacting, over-enunciating, over-gesticulating?
Because she's quick with a comeback. I'll give you a reason. Her and Tennant, don't they have good chemistry? After a year of zero chemistry.
I seem to recall
with
that they
Martha.
will have good chemistry.
Did they not have good chemistry in this episode where he came along and she said, "Do you like the toga?" And he went, "Yeah." How about the ropes? And then
Chemistry?
cut him free. Chemistry. Their scenes just are more sparky.
That's because she's loud. That's not
She's
spark.
too loud.
He has to overact to keep up with her.
Possibly.
He was very boggle-eyed this episode, and I think his left eyebrow never dropped below, the midline.
He's got a lot to think about. He's got 20,000 people on his conscience.
I think that was the thing with this episode. I really struggled to care about it at the start. Then I got a little bit swept away in the middle, and then I didn't care anymore. And I think it's because the pace doesn't change, but then the plot catches up with it a bit, and you're kind of like, oh, yeah, okay, this is going somewhere, and then it just falls back down again.
There is a definite lull when there's the sort of Monty Python and the Holy Grail scenes near the end where Lucius is not a good villain.
No.
Oh, Lucius is the dude
on
with
the rock.
Yeah.
If he was firing his staff and he was called Tim, that'd be alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then they're down in the caverns and you expect them to start reading the castle. And so on. Yeah, it didn't have the bunny or the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. It needed something.
It's weird that you're going with Holy Grail references rather than Life of Brian references.
Oh, what, because Tennant is Christ?
No, because we've got Romans.
True.
But yeah, also Tennant is Christ. Yeah, this is definitely a tangent. Donna delivers almost, but not quite, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Okay, hang on, got another question for you. Sorry, why does the Doctor carry around a water pistol, and why is it so bloody effective against a gigantic transformer from space?
Oh, yes. They could have at least given him a big water soaker or something. Literally one shot, you can see it just falling 2 inches in front of him. And then rock monster goes, I'm melting!
I mean, I thought it was too much when the kid, whatever his name was, Quintus,
yeah.
Quintus throws a bucket of water at the lava monster, and the lava monster explodes.
Good
This guy
CGI in
that-
that scene.
Was that
yes.
sarcasm?
Yes. No.
No, there was both great CGI and absolutely abysmal CGI in this episode.
Okay.
The great CGI being, for example, the massive explosion and the smoke, the dust cloud. That was fantastic, right? That looked so realistic. And the dude punching his way from stream of lava, which no one has noticed, in their aircon into the atrium of this house and then exploding looked great. But then when they were in that, in Alien HQ, fuck, they looked bad.
Oh, yeah, true. Well, the point about the CGI that I thought was good in that scene was you don't tend to get that level of detail in Doctor Who where you have a monster going through several different facial expressions and then blowing up. It's usually a 1 or 2 second thing, but that one, they had the confidence to actually put the camera on it, and rather than it blowing up off screen or something, you saw the whole thing. That seems fairly new to me.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, fair enough. Very fair point.
Yeah. And also, about the lava running underneath houses, it's amazing what people will overlook in order to feel safe and secure.
Wait.
Or just...
Yeah, exactly. Where is the
secure.
safety or security of being loosely suspended above a river of fire?
It's a veiled Trump reference.
They did sort of try to hand-wave it, because doesn't how his characters sort of comment on how it's better than they got in Rome. It's
Yeah,
one
you're
up
right.
ship, and so everyone's just like, yeah, we'll have that.
Yeah, I guess we'll buy that.
Civic pride.
There's a bit of a rumbling down there, and it looks like there's some kind of monster. Well, that's fine. Better than what Rome's got.
Yeah, their hypercourse is probably made out of sticks or straw.
Okay, so there's one more scene that we've not touched upon at all, which is definitely a scene of intended tension, which I think falls completely flat, and it's largely because... It's partly because of the writing, but it's also largely because of Donna Noble. And that is when she is kidnapped by not the Sisterhood of Khan, and is about to be sacrificed. There is no tension there at all, but you can tell that it's meant to be.
That's just because you don't give a shit about Donna. You're like, oh, thank God, maybe she'll be off screen for a couple of minutes.
No, it's because she doesn't change character in the slightest.
Yeah,
she's
exactly.
in peril.
And she's still just cocky and...
Daughter from London.
She's not cocky, she's just quick with a quip and fearless. Miriam says she's funny, that's 2 on 3.
Get back on the microphone.
No, but also, I don't think that scene was very well crafted. Like, there was, we're gonna sacrifice her, and then immediately it was like, oh, by the way, here's my eczema. And it was like, from a level of, we're gonna kill you, we have to kill you, we've been ordered to kill you. It's literally just like, oh, let's tell you our entire backstory, let's answer questions, whatever you need to drive the plot forward.
Oh, where the priestess becomes the full-on pyrophile!
Yeah. Yeah, which, by the way, when we watched this, Miriam thought that she was a cauliflower. Not a pyrovar, but a cauliflower.
That's better than a paedophile.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think most of Podcast Land agrees with you. Cauliflower is better than pedophiles. Yeah. Hands up if you think cauliflower is better than pedophiles.
Not all of Podcast Land. Sorry, dodgy Gary.
Okay, so what about this woman who's made out of stone? Has she now taken over the identity of the aliens? Is she sort of channeling them? Is she still human, just deformed? And what is the... Yes. Okay,
all
so
of those things.
What's the dealio? Because isn't the idea that at the end the Doctor has to sacrifice Pompeii to save the world? But is it that the world would die, or is it that the world would turn into whatever she is?
Yeah, because
wait,
sorry,
yeah, what?
I think the world would turn into whatever
she is. Right. So we would have a new race.
Explode all the dust particles out. So everyone would get...
Yeah, because they were talking about inhabiting that planet, because he said it's like 90% water, and he said water boils. So they were going to destroy the Earth to inhabit the planet, and presumably they need a human host.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
The explosion would happen, and the circuit board would be... The energy converter would allow for... Was it magma-human fusion, or something like that?
Okay.
So yeah, essentially just magma-fying everybody.
Magma-fying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was still human in a sense, because he was talking to her, and then he said, I want to talk to whatever's inside you. So there's definitely 2 voices.
Oh, yeah.
But she'd, been so warped by their vision that she didn't really have, her own thoughts anymore. She was, so I guess, I don't know, where do you draw the line at human?
Welcome to the cult.
Well, I guess they all had visions. So she had more visions.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like there must be a little bit of her left, right? Because otherwise she wouldn't have introduced herself. She wouldn't have gone like, oh, actually, spare her.
Yeah.
But it also seems to...
Yeah, also
there's so little that makes sense here. Why would you even try to kill Donna? You have one day. Just wait one day. Like, that's it. Just wait one day.
Oh, but she is apparently that annoying.
Yeah, she is.
She's going around trying to tell anyone who'll listen, because she's so compassionate.
No one's going to believe her.
She doesn't try that hard, to be fair.
She tries constantly and incredibly hard throughout the whole episode. She's standing in the marketplace and everyone's just going, what? And then she's arguing with the Doctor, how can I find a loophole, Doctor? And he's like, there isn't one, it's fixed, it's fucking fixed. And she's like, I'm going to hammer on at you again. There are so many scenes where she comes back to that, and just, in the end, just save one, just save a few. She's such a caring human person.
See, that's the interesting bit of her character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
thanks to the writers.
She hadn't spent half the episode running around just shouting in the street and tried to talk to the Doctor earlier. Maybe he would have changed his mind earlier. Maybe they would have just saved the family and buggered off.
No, I don't think. The Doctor has his fixed view of fixed points. And he's like, no, I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to listen to you because you're a woman and I think you're loud.
So, at the end, they save the family.
Yes.
The family that would have died is saved. And doesn't this mean he has changed history to some degree? Oh, wait, hang on. No, because they were always destined to survive, except in Rome.
Yeah, and become the fodder for the Cambridge Latin course.
Oh,
so
right.
it all makes perfect sense.
What was your name again? Caecilius Berlusconi? It's okay that I let you live. Yeah.
Yeah.
The audience laughed at that, chuckled. Oh, breathed loudly.
I thought one of the things that jarred with me slightly was usually in this similar situation where the Doctor has to save someone, the person has distinguished themselves in some noble way. But really, Capaldi was just around and there. And so when it was made so super dramatic, the Doctor is in front of a shining... Does the TARDIS shine like that? Why is the TARDIS shining so bright?
Why is there so much light behind him? I think the answer is Jesus. Because Jesus. Jesus.
Because Tennant Jesus.
Yeah.
And he's reaching out to Capaldi to save his very soul.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel it because Capaldi's just...
He's just a guy. He's an
Taking up
incidental roving person.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's basically bought a stolen TARDIS. He's helped to destroy the world by making a tablet. Basically, he's done a lot of stuff wrong.
Yeah, he's raised a feckless son and a crazy daughter. Yeah.
That's a really good point. I don't think I'd thought of it like that, but I felt a little bit when she goes, just save someone, and it's like,
Go back to
why? Like, what have you done to deserve saving over, the little kid on the street or anyone else? And I know that's quite callous, I guess, but yeah, usually, I think that's it, is usually you've warmed to the characters and you want them to be saved, but there was nothing really in any of the family to make you like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It explains the Doctor's reaction when they're looking across Pompeii, thousands of people dying, and he just says, "Don't worry, we won't forget about it." It's because he doesn't care. He doesn't care about this family, does he?
No.
He's got his...
He doesn't have any
bigger
words
picture.
of comfort for them. It's all about the bigger picture.
Probably everyone they know, I doubt they travelled that much. Probably everyone they knew was in that town, and they were
And family and friends.
Yeah.
They're all dying, and he's just like, "It's all right. 1,000 years time.
People will
study this at school."
To Capaldi, they were just customers, and Matella only cared about her relative status as a housewife, and Quintus didn't give a shit about anything apart from gold coins produced from behind your ear. In which case, you get him to do anything all over town. And Evelina was just nuts. So great to save them. They should have gone back and found that unclaimed urchin that Donna was so close to saving, and your heart went out to her when her mother
She didn't try
pulled her
very
away
hard
again.
there.
Well, how's she going to argue with the mother?
Take
They're
the
just gonna
mother
get
as
into a
well.
fight.
Say, I know the way, come this way.
And your mother's going to go, fuck off, you Welsh weirdo. Trying to find a dungeon to cower in.
Yes, very sad.
Yeah, Donna is so misunderstood. I had another problem,
Oh.
which was the circuit board. How boring was it when the Doctor said, "Oh, it's an energy converter." We're energy converters. All of us. An energy converter is just a thing that does stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, come up with a new concept.
But, I mean, it sounds scientific enough. And it certainly looks less advanced than a human being, stronger than a human being maybe, but certainly more advanced than a pebble, or even a block of marble. And, why not?
Just come up with a better name for it.
Oh my god, it's a razzmatazz inverter.
Juicer.
Yeah.
It's a cappuccino machine. It's
All right, not you. Maybe some writers.
Oh, how dare you.
Should we go back to why we hate Donna now?
Oh, yay. Okay, go for it.
So, one of the things that bugs me so much is how much of a massive point they always make about, oh, I don't fancy him. Look, the Doctor is ugly. And they say, introduce themselves as Mr. and Mrs. Socrates. No, Spartacus. And she's like, oh, no, not married. And at the end of the episode, there was a flash forward to the next one, and they do the exact same thing in the next episode. And it's like, okay, we get that you're not attracted to him. Don't be 12. Like, just be an adult. Have a male friend that you don't have to, like... it really bothers me.
Never married.
Yeah.
No, never.
Because I like the concept of a companion that isn't in love with him and is can be his equal and his counterpart and not be romantically entwined. But I just think they make such a big deal of it that it kind of undercuts any...
Well, could the not married... I'm by no means trying to defend Donna here.
Okay.
But it could the not married thing maybe harken back to... like the PTSD of having been left at the altar by what's-his-face? The guy who was boning the spider lady.
Yeah, so deep.
Oh my god. Such a profound backstory, man.
Yeah. But the thing is, you don't realise how deeply Donna's written because her character is just so bombastic that it's only later that you think, wow, actually, Donna really is great.
No, she's a bull in a china shop. She is awful. In Indiana Jones, you know when he runs away from the boulder? She's the boulder. That's it. She takes up way too much space. She's always cramping the protagonist's
This was
style.
the Donna Light episode.
Yeah. It was, thankfully, mercifully. But every now and then she pops on screen and she actually has a couple of lines, and when she delivers them, there's nothing wrong with her lines per se, but when she delivers those lines, I can't help but think that the Doctor really wants to leave her in Pompeii. Like you would, right?
I would.
You obviously would. And it's not murder, because it's history.
No.
It's not a murder. She's already dead somewhere.
Donna was destined to die there. Except she wasn't. She's going to be around for another 11 episodes.
11, that's not too bad. We can get through that. Let's speed through this season, shall we?
That's what we tried to do last time. It was a year.
Okay, yeah.
What about Capaldi's little Welsh moments? Did you pick up on those?
Little Welsh moments?
Yeah.
Oh, there was one. There was
two.
one. Oh, really? Okay, go for it.
One of them was, there's lovely.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I think that might have been it. I'm not sure.
There's another one later on. The Doctor is dropping things like status quo, and just each time Capaldi reacts with something. Like,
Oh, really?
Whispers to Lucius, they're Celtic.
Oh, wow. I 100% missed this. Yeah. I thought this was the Doctor saying... I thought one of the scenes, anyway, was the Doctor going, oh, don't mind her, she's Celtic. And then...
But they talk about them both being like, oh, they're both Celtic.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, you're 100% right. I totally glazed over this.
How about Indiana Jones in the fridge in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull being launched by a nuclear bomb?
Oh! Wow,
miles away and just landing sunny side up and being like...
Amazingly relevant reference. Yeah, very valid.
But at least this time, it was an escape pod.
Yeah.
Some sort of fig leaf of justification.
Fig leaf of justification?
Yes.
Was in front of the massive floppy dong of poor writing?
Yes!
Award for best metaphor.
Yeah, it was pretty bad in that 5 minutes earlier. No, like a minute earlier, the Doctor was saying, I'm going to make this terrible choice, and we're never going to survive. And they just went, pew, boom, hey!
Hey, here we are. Yeah, not a scratch. And later on, when archaeologists come to this place and they turn over every fig leaf, they're not going to find this one. A massive stone spaceship.
Which can withstand that, so presumably does survive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
They're
still
going to find
full
all
of
this shit.
circuitry.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't tie up that loose end, did they, with their amazing plot writing?
I guess not.
What did you think about the final scene in Rome where Evelina has turned into a city slut and Quintus has become a doctor because there's only 2 weeks' worth of medical knowledge to learn? and the thing I'm getting
on it.
Well, it's the total role reversal of the children, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, the son was doing nothing but just bone everyone and get completely shit-faced, and the daughter was like, oh yeah, I'm going to study telepathy. And now they've switched around.
Oh, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, why? Why?
Oh, because she just wants to live. Dude, she deserves a childhood or an adolescence.
What?
Childhood.
Yeah.
16-year-old going
Oh, she's actually
30.
she's practically an old woman.
They actually put that in, saying he's 16.
Yes, true.
It's a different actor who is 16.
Miriam just asked, how will people in Rome react when they go, where are you from? And they say, oh, we're from Pompeii, that place that blew up. Good question. How would people in Rome react? They're like, oh, now we understand why you're rich, because of that thing Jim said.
Where did you get all your money from?
Why is all of your money covered in ash? Yeah, I think, that's probably it. Like, oh, you are very lucky. Yeah.
Do you think they have to explain it? It's like, oh, we all decided to go to the town next door.
To go for a walk.
Herculanum.
Yeah, everyone else went to the beach. We went up the hill.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Up the hill, miles and miles and miles away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true, because there is only one hill, and it's a volcano.
Yeah.
Or it is now that Peter Capaldi has gone, Vulcan! Oi! It's all Vulcan! Oh, like!
Oh, man. 45 minutes. That's the bookend of this episode. The whole thing is the etymology of the word volcano.
Yeah, and in fact, the first book of the Cambridge Latin course ends with the eruption of Pompeii! It couldn't be more appropriate!
Oh my goodness. This is a huge thing in this country, isn't it? Because, I mean, even I have heard the phrase Caecilius est in horta.
Yes. Grumio est in colina.
Oh, wow.
Patella Martha est, Caecilius pater est. Caecilius mortuus erit. They could have had a better Roman name than Rhombus. Like,
Rhombus. Wait, whose name was Rhombus?
Near the beginning, the guy who was like, much later on, he was like, oh, blessed God, I'm sure this is going to go very well. Ah, I'm on fire! Yeah, he was Rhombus.
Rhombus?
Even in a society where you believe there's a god for everything, you've never seen them. If a giant flaming thing stands in front of you, you don't go, oh, it's very nice to meet you. You take your hand.
Hi, God.
Oh, people would freak out. But why did these creatures need to take over the world? They seem to, they thrive in lava. They seem very different from the people they turn into ash. Like ash creatures.
I think the priestess was going to become a full-on pyrophile.
Oh, really? She would have turned into a transformer?
She was the halfway stage, the doctor said, didn't she?
Oh, right. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, but I wasn't entirely convinced they were the proper thing. They were still like foot soldiers and stupid.
You're right! Yes, that's an actual line in this episode.
Yeah.
But they seem to say at the same time that she was in a halfway state, like she was going to turn into that. But then they also say, but they're the stupid foot soldiers who are.
Yeah, so where's the general?
Yeah, that's true. Instead of a general, we got Lucius just shouting.
Yeah.
Constantly. Maybe that's why he was such a disappointment.
Yep.
That's where the boss should have been, but they spunk their CGI on Water Pistol Fracture Man.
I'm pretty sure there's a scene, by the way, where he goes choo and no water comes out of his pistol.
Yeah.
What did you think about him spinning the water pistol around his fingers, and they had the sound effect of as he led Donna into the volcano?
Oh, I don't remember the sound effects, but that motion was incredibly sensual.
It was a lovely little scene. I also liked in that scene, Donna, she's up for adventure, but she has limits. She's like, this is so much fun, and now we're going into the volcano. We are what? I'm not bloody going in there. I bloody love you, but not in there.
Oh, it's so annoying.
That was the bit I was trying to get out of my head.
Oh, no.
That
Thank
is
you, Drew.
The total kind of, this is why Donna's so bad.
I thought it was really cleverly pitched.
You've got to be fucked.
I'm not following you in there, sunshine.
Oh, God.
Like,
Okay.
But it's the same reaction she would get if someone offered her a pickled onion. Or,
Yeah.
it's just this
Absolutely.
plateau of just outrage.
Don't you put that pickled onion in me. I'm done.
Before we turn the studio into a vomitorium, any final notes before we jump into ratings?
Just that, what do you think of the Doc and Donna becoming the Lares and Penates?
Oh.
Quintus to, essentially worship at the end. When he was basically the atheist from the beginning, and now he's like, oh, I've met these people and I completely understand their situation. They're aliens from the future, but I'm going to make them into this little marble plaque.
This is the cheesiest ending ever. It was really awful. I didn't like it. Just felt like they didn't know how to wrap it up, and it was like, I know, turn them into gods.
I think it's just the ending, the way that most of the story had gone.
Yeah.
Don't really know what to do here. Blank space. Fill it in later.
I feel like it's the kind of ending that we see in so many sci-fi films. Like, how many times have you seen an alien drawing amid hieroglyphs, for example? Like, everything that combines ancient Rome or ancient Egypt or ancient anything really with sci-fi, there's always going to be something, right? There's going to be a transformer among those statues. There's going to be TARDIS on a Roman wall. It doesn't feel very original. No. I thought it was kind of cute, but also, oh, well done, Doctor. Not only did you destroy an entire city, you also fucked up religion completely. You have cemented yourself as a deity.
Well, like Jim said, they had a god for everything, so...
It's only a house god, it's fine. Would it be more interesting if they'd actually started worshipping Centurion rock monsters?
That seems...
Out of fear.
Yeah.
Even though they feel like they've destroyed
Vengeful
them.
gods.
Yeah.
Or also kind of like, you're stuck in a cycle. Like, you can't convince them that there are good things to save you. It's just they'll worship things to stop it from exploding.
Yeah.
That's what
exactly.
society was. It's like...
Yeah.
Very good points.
Yeah.
do, ba, 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 dibbity beep beep boop boop ba. And now it is time to rate this.
Did we love or hate this?
Bing bong, hey, hey, la 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 la.
Ratings.
I'm going to be quite harsh with this one and give it a 1.5.
Ooh, what's that?
Oh my god, that's exactly what I
Oh my god!
I think it was poor writing, terrible acting, just quite cheesy, too much Donna, quite bad CGI. I don't know, there's not very much positive I can say, so...
Interesting.
I think Donna's scene where she wanted to save one person that was the saving grace for me. I think that was my favourite bit, but even that wasn't enough to pull it any higher than that.
Wow. Okay. Drew, do you want to go next?
Okay. I'm coming at it from a slightly different angle. I thought it was another good episode. I thought there was fun and energy, it was zesty, it was vivid. Donna was ebullient. She had a lot more depth this time. She had so many scenes. She didn't just have the one scene where she was compassionate, she was caring throughout. And I thought that was a good counterpoint to the inevitable blowing up moments, pun intended. I mean, conceptually it needed to be better, and it did lull, like Jim said, but I'm going to give this a 3.7.
Wow. 3.7.
3.7. You heard that right, 3.7. If I say it often enough, it'll become true, 3.7.
Jim?
Well, yeah, my immediate thought was like, it's about a 1 something, and I went with 1.5 as a gut. I'm gonna have to stick with it, I think. Really not that great an episode. I wanted it to be good, because it's where we see Peter Capaldi. It's where his appearance in Who is, but no, it's not a good episode. No one can act. I mean, we've not even talked about how bad the sisterhood, how overly,
you're right.
overly GCSE drama that is.
Oh,
just
God,
like flinging your arms around, and there's exaggerated movement to put the hands in front of the eye. Oh my god, it's just...
Well, that explains it, because I only did drama to year 9, so I thought that looked really good.
No, it's just a throwaway episode. Let's just move on.
Okay. Wow. I'm definitely going higher than you guys. I'm definitely going lower than you, Drew.
Whoa.
Yes. I'm going to give this a 2.2. It is below average.
Above average.
Below average. That's the worst dubbing attempt you've made so far on the show. I'm going to get a 2.2 because, despite the fact that Capaldi's appearance in this shouldn't sway me, it kind of does. Like, I feel like the world should go out and see this episode because Capaldi is in it, and now I'm happy to retcon the Doctor's history to add way more value to this episode than it actually originally had. So that's already one incredibly unfair reason why I'm bumping up the score. But on top of that, yeah, the acting is shit, I'm putting it down. Yes, some of the CGI is bad, I'm putting it down. And yes, the story is quite flat, I'm putting it down. But it's set in Pompeii, which is a great setting. It has, aside from the bad CGI, it has some stunning CGI as well, and I'm going to bump it up for that as well. It has some charming scenes. I like the explanation of the translation matrix, and the shadow proclamation turns up again in reference, and so on and so forth. Yeah, there are a lot of reasons why I would recommend this episode, but there are so many other episodes I would recommend before this. 2.2. Boom.
Also had good sets.
Yeah, I had good sets. Yeah, you're right.
Sets.
Because if there's something I feel like this episode was missing, was good sex. Like there was so little boning in this episode. If they had added an just tiny little bit, like a sprinkling of brothels and boning, and like the house god would have been a giant phallus. That's literally all it would have been.
Called Sextus.
Just a giant dong.
Salacious.
Where Quintus goes and sprinkles some water on the dong. I would have been on board.
Just rides it, and licks it. Yeah, just like that.
No,
look at the shadow cast on Leon right now. By the microphone.
That's a microphone shadow, yeah. Yes, it does surprisingly look like a massive dong on my chest. Yeah, anyway. We have a listener mini as well.
We do.
We do.
Listener mini.
Who's it by?
Tracy here. Please have a mini. So, the two Celts arrive in Rome. I mean, Pompeii! And how exactly does Doc know it's Volcano Day? The newspaper? Screw it. The theme song is so good, I've already forgotten. Much of this episode is played for laughs, but it gets intense right at the end. Loved, I am Spartacus, and so am I, from Doctor and Donna respectively. For me, it was quite unexpected.
And Tracy goes on, honourable mention to the fact that Doc impersonates a marble inspector. Instead of responding, you're a what? It's, oh shit, marble inspector.
Oh shit, it's the fucking marble inspector!
I like the positions scene that saw Caecilius and households catching breakables as the house shook. Mary Poppins has one in which the cry is, posts!
Reference tracker 135. Karen Gillan 150. Doc mentions Roman fire that he as Hartnell caused.
Goddamn right.
449. Capaldi!
Boner alert.
1520. Prophecies for all. Doctor, she is returning, meaning Rose. Daughter of London, there is something on your back. Oh shit, Rose.
We didn't catch that at all.
Wow, nice one, Tracy.
Yeah, well done.
And she goes on. Fantastic acting from Tennant and Tate at the end.
Yes.
Oh.
Like a volcano, this emotion has been building since their arrival. Doc recalls his part in the Roman fire, and externally he's blasé, but can only be reminding him of Gallifrey. The regret of the past, coupled with the terrible choice, nearly overwhelms him until Donna lets him see someone, anyone, saved. And this in turn saves him. Final note. It should be literally impossible for Doc and Donna to outrun the pyroclastic flow post-escape pod. Rating, smouldering s'more.
Which I think is about 3.7.
Fantastic mini, Tracy. Thank you so much for sending that in. Ladies and gentlemen, podcast land, go to whobackwhen.com where there will be a bonus paragraph to this mini. What? Yes, you heard me right. She has included a very special recipe for, is it smouldering s'mores?
Yes, it is.
It is smouldering s'mores. Go to whobackwhen.com right now. That is an order. And if you want to follow Tracy on Twitter, you can. It is, however you pronounce, Tracy Fountain backwards. How do you pronounce that, Drew?
I think you mean Niet Nieuw Yekart.
Excellent pronunciation, both of you.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you very much for sending that in. Awesome, I think this is the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Where are we going next? In New Who?
Planet of the Ooh.
That was exciting. The next classic Who is...
Seeds of Death.
Oh my goodness! And the next audio Who, Drew, I believe you know this one.
It's the Cannibalists.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait.
Norcan Podcast Land, man. Get on that.
Is there any way to say hello to us online? Is anyone on Twitter?
Anyone at all.
Anyone at all? Going once? Going twice?
I am fan of Drew Backman, because it sounds like Drew Backman.
And I'm Ponkin, you know how to spell that. Catch us in the next one. Be rad and excellent to each other. Ciao.
Bye.
Kablamo! Did you enjoy the show? Then please do what the cosmos compels you to and spread the gospel of Who Back When. Tell your friends. Don't have any friends? No problemo. Tell some strangers. Like us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Who Back When. All in one word. Are you on Google Plus? Then find us on Google Plus. That's plus Who Back When. And when you do, tell us why you're on Google Plus. Who Back When just got its very own Twitter account, no lie, so give us a follow. You guessed it, that's @WhoBackWhen, all in one word. Check us out on SoundCloud, vote us up on Reddit, listen to us on Stitcher, and head on over to our website, whobackwhen.com, where you can leave a comment, submit a review of your own, and peruse of visual index of aliens, monsters, and more, which increases in kablamos with every episode. And lastly, give us a rating and review on iTunes. Not only would it make us super chuffed, and it really, really would, but as thanks, we will transmigrate your iTunes nom de plume into the credit list of trailers for fake Doctor Who audiobooks produced by Who Back When. Have a poke around our bonus episodes to make more sense of that. That's it. Rock on and be rad and excellent to each other. Catch your earballs in our next classic Who review, new Who review, or, still funny, audio Who review. Ciao.
Who Back When?